Act 1, Scene 1 of Faust Part 2 by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Second part of the tragedy in 5 acts. Act 1, Scene 1, A pleasant landscape. Twilight. Faust, bedded on flowery turf, fatigued, restless, endeavoring to sleep. Circle of hovering spirits in motion, graceful diminutive figures. Ariel. Chant, accompanied by Aeolian harps.
When the spring returns serener, raining blossoms over all, when the fields with blessing greener on the earth-born children call, then the craft of elves propitious hastes to help where help it can. Be he holy, be he vicious, pity they the luckless man. Who round this head in airy circles hover, yourselves in guise of noble elves discover. The fierce convulsions of his heart compose, remove the burning barbs of his remorses, and cleanse his being from the suffered woes. 4 pauses make the night upon her courses, and now, delay not, let them kindly close. First on the coolest pillow let him slumber, then sprinkle him with Lethe's drowsy spray. His limbs no more shall cramps and chills encumber, when sleep has made him strong to meet the day. Perform, ye elves, your fairest rite, restore him to the holy light.
Chorus, singly, by 2 or more, alternately and collectively.
When around the green-girt meadow balm the tepid winds exhale, then in fragrance and in shadow twilight spreads her misty veil, whispers peace in accents cheery, rocks the heart in childhood's play, and upon these eyelids weary shuts the golden gates of day. Now the night already darkles, holy star succeeds to star, dazzling lights and fainter sparkles glimmer near and gleam afar, glimmer here the lake reflecting, gleam in cloudless dark aboon, while the bliss of rest protecting reigns in pomp the perfect moon. Now the hours are cancelled for thee, pain and bliss have fled away. Thou art whole, let faith restore thee, trust anew the rising day. Vales grow green, and hills are lifting through the shadow rest of morn,
And in waves of silver drifting on to harvest rolls the corn.
Wouldst thou win desires unbounded, yonder see the glory burn. Lightly is thy life surrounded, sleeps a shell to break and spurn. When the crowd sways unbelieving, show the daring will that warms. He is crowned with all achieving who perceives and then performs.
A tremendous tumult announces the approach of the sun.
Hearken, hark! The hours careering, sounding loud to spirit hearing, see the new-born day appearing. Rocky portals jarring shatter, Phoebus wheels in rolling clatter. With a crash the light draws near, pealing rays and trumpet blazes. Eye is blinded, ear amazes, the unheard can no one hear. Slip within each blossom bell, deeper, deeper there to dwell. In the rocks, beneath the leaf, if it strikes you, you are deaf.
Faust.
Life's pulses now with fresher force awaken, to greet the mild ethereal twilight o'er me. This night, thou earth, hast also stood unshaken, and now thou breathest new refreshed before me. And now beginnest, all thy gladness granting, a vigorous resolution to restore me, to seek that highest life which I am panting. The world unfolded lies in twilight glimmer, 1,000 voices in the grove are chanting, Veil in, veil out, the misty streaks grow dimmer. The deeps with heavenly light are penetrated. The boughs refreshed lift up their leafy shimmer from gulfs of air where sleepily they waited. Colour on colour from the background cleareth, where flower and leaf with trembling pearls are freighted. And all around a paradise appeareth. Look up! The mountain summits, grand, supernal, herald in now the solemn hour that neareth. They earliest enjoy the light eternal that later sinks, till here below we find it. Now to the alpine meadows, sloping, vernal, a newer beam descends ere we divined it, and step by step unto the base hath bounded. The sun comes forth. Alas, already blinded, I turn away, with eyesight pierced and wounded. 'Tis thus, when, unto yearning hope's endeavour, its highest wish on sweet attainment grounded, the portals of fulfilment widely sever. But if there burst from those eternal spaces a flood of flame, we stand confounded ever. For life's pure torch we sought the shining traces, and seas of fire, and what a fire, surprise us. Is't love, is't hate, that burningly embraces, and that with pain and joy alternate tries us? So that, our glances once more earthward throwing, we seek in youthful drapery to disguise us. Behind me, therefore, let the sun be glowing, the cataract between the crags deep riven. I thus behold with rapture ever growing, from plunge to plunge in thousand streams 'tis given, and yet 1,000 to the valleys shaded, while foam and spray in air are whirled and driven. Yet how superb, across the tumult braided, the painted rainbow's changeful life is bending, now clearly drawn, dissolving now and faded, and evermore the showers of dew descending. Of human striving there's no symbol fuller. Consider, and 'tis easy comprehending. Life is not light, but the refracted colour.
End of Act 1, Scene 1. Act 1, Scene 2 of Faust Part 2 by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 1, Scene 2. The Emperor's Castle. Hall of the Throne. Council of State awaiting the Emperor. Trumpets. Enter court retainers of all kinds, splendidly dressed. The Emperor advances to the throne, the astrologer on his right hand.
I greet you, well beloved and trusty, assembled here from far and wide. I see the wise man at my side, but where's the fool, his rival lusty?
Squire.
Behind thy mantle's flowing swell, suddenly on the stairs he fell. They bore away the weight of fat, if dead or drunk, none knoweth that.
Second Squire.
As quick as thought, through all the pother, him to replace there came another, adorned and prinked with wondrous art, yet so grotesque that all men start. The guards their halberds crosswise hold to bar him, them he thrusts apart. Lo, here he comes, the fool so bold.
Mephistopheles, kneeling before the throne.
What's cursed and warmly expected? What is desired, yet always chaste? What evermore with care protected? What is accursed, condemned, disgraced? To whom darest thou not give a hearing? Whose name hears each man willingly? What is't, before thy throne appearing, what keeps itself away from thee?
Spare us thy words. The time is pressing. This is no place for riddle guessing. These gentlemen such things explain. Solve it thyself. To hear I'm fain. My old fool went, I fear, an endless distance. Take thou his place. Come here and lend assistance.
Mephistopheles goes up and stations himself on the Emperor's left hand.
Murmurs of the crowd.
Another fool.
For worries new.
Whence came he?
How did he get through?
The old one fell.
he's walked his path.
He was a barrel.
This a laugh.
So now, my well-beloved and loyal, be welcome all from near and far. You meet beneath a fortunate star. Welfare and luck are now the aspects royal. But tell me why, in days so fair, when we've withdrawn ourselves from care, and beards of beauty masquerading wear, when gay delights for us are waiting, why should we plague ourselves deliberating? Yet since the task you think we cannot shun, 'tis settled then, so be it done.
Chancellor.
The highest virtue, like a halo zone, circles the emperor's head, and he alone is worthy validly to exercise it. 'Tis justice. All men love and prize it. None can forego, but all require and want it. The people look to him that he should grant it. But what help can human wit impart, or readiness of hand, or kindly heart, when lies the state as if in fever fretting, and brooded evil is begetting? Who looks abroad from off this height supreme? Throughout the realm 'tis like a wearied dream, where one deformity another mouldeth, where lawlessness itself by law upholdeth, and 'tis an age of error that unfoldeth. One plunders flocks, a woman one, cup, cross, and candlestick from altar, and then to boast it does not palter, of limb or life no wise undone. To court, behold the plaintiff's urging, where puffs the judge on cushions warm, and swells meanwhile with fury surging rebellion's fast increasing storm. His easy way through crime is broken, who his accomplices selects, and guilty hears one only spoken, where innocence itself protects. They all pull down what they should care for, destroy their weal in self-despite. How can the sense develop, therefore, which only leads us to the right? At last the man of good intent to flatterer and briber bendeth. The judge, debarred from punishment, mates with the felon ere he endeth. I've painted black, but denser screen I'd rather draw before the scene.
Pause.
Here measures cannot be evaded. When all offend, and none are aided, his Majesty a victim stands.
General-in-Chief.
In these wild days how discords thicken! Each strikes, and in return is stricken, and they are deaf to all commands. The burgher in his fortifications, the knight upon his rocky nest, have sworn to worry out our patience, and keep their strength with stubborn crest. The mercenaries, no whit better, impatiently demand their pay, and if we were not still their debtor, they'd start forthwith and march away. Let one forbid what all would practice, and in a hornet's nest he stands. The realm which they should guard, the fact is, 'tis devastated by their hands. They give the rein to wild disorder, and half the world is wasted now. There still are kings beyond our border, but none thinks it concerns him anyhow.
Treasurer.
Trust allies, and we soon shall rue us. The subsidies they promised to us, like water in leaky pipes, don't come. Then, sire, in all thy states extended, to whom hath now the rule descended? Where'er one goes, a new lord is at home, and hopes to live in independence. He takes his course, and we look on. Such rights we've given to our attendants, that all our right to anything is gone. On parties, too, whatever the name be, our trust to-day is far from great. Though loud their praise, or fierce their blame be, indifferent is their love and hate. The Ghibellines and Guelphs from labour are resting, both laid on the shelf. Who therefore now will help his neighbour? Each has enough to help himself. The gate of gold no more unlatches, and each one gathers, digs and scratches, while our strong box is void indeed.
Lord High Steward.
What evil I as well am having, we're always trying to be saving, and ever greater is our need. Thus daily grows this task of mine. The cooks have all they want at present, wild boar and deer and hare and pheasant, duck, peacock, turkey, goose, and chicken. These, paid in kind, are certain picking, and do not seriously decline. Yet after all we're short of wine, where casks on casks were once our cellars filling, rare vintages of flavours finely thrilling. The noble lord's eternal swilling has drained them off, till not a drop appears. The city council too must tap their liquor. They drink from mug and jug and beaker, till no one longer sees or hears. 'Tis I must pay for all the dances. The Jew will have me, past all chances. His notes of hand and his advances will soon eat up the coming years. Before their fat the swine are taken. Pawned is the pillow ere one waken. The bread is eaten ere the board it sees.
Emperor, after some reflection, to Mephistopheles.
Say, fool, canst thou not add a want to these?
I? Not at all. I see the circling splendour, thyself and thine. Should one his trust surrender, where majesty thus unopposed commands? Where ready power the hostile force disbands? Where loyal wills through understanding strong, and mixed activities around thee throng? What powers for evil could one see combining, for darkness where such brilliant stars are shining?
Murmurs.
He is a scamp.
Who comprehends?
He lies his way until it ends.
I know it now.
What's in his mind?
What then? A project lurks behind.
Where in this world doth not some lack appear? Here this, there that. But money's lacking here. True, from the floor you can't at once collect it, but deepliest hidden, wisdom may detect it. In veins of mountains, under building bases, coined and uncoined, there's gold in many places. And ask you who shall bring it to the light? A man endowed with mind's and nature's might.
Nature and mind, to Christians we don't speak so. Thence to bum atheists we seek so. For such discourses very dangerous be. Nature is sin, and mind is devil. Doubt they beget in shameless revel. They're hybrid in deformity. Not so with us. Two only races have in the empire kept their places, and prop the throne with worthy weight. The saints and knights are they, together they breast each spell of thunder weather, and take for pay the church and state. The vulgar minds that breed confusion are met with an opposing hand. They're wizards, heretics, delusion through them will ruin town and land. And these will you, with brazen juggle, within this high assembly smuggle. For hearts corrupt you scheme and struggle. The fools near kin are all the band.
By that I know the learned lord you are. What you don't touch is lying leagues afar. What you don't grasp is wholly lost to you. What you don't reckon, think you, can't be true. What you don't weigh, it has no weight, alas! What you don't coin, you're sure it will not pass.
Therewith to help our needs you not determine. What wilt thou hear with such a Lenten sermon? I'm tired of the eternal if and how. Money we want. Good, then procure it now.
I'll furnish what you wish, and more. 'Tis true, a light task, But light things are hard to do. The gold's on hand, yet skilfully to win it, that is the art. Who knows how to begin it? Consider only, in those days of blood, when o'er the empire poured a human flood, how many men, such deadly terror steeled them, took their best goods and there concealed them. 'Twas so beneath the mighty Roman sway, and so ever repeated till our day. All that was buried in the earth to save it, the emperor owns the earth, and he should have it.
Now, for a fool, his words are rather bright. That is indeed the old imperial right.
Satan has laid his golden snares to try us. Such things as these are neither right nor pious.
Let him but bring his gifts to court and share them, and if things were a little wrong, I'd bear them.
The fool is shrewd to promise each his needs. Whence it may come, the soldier never heeds.
And should you think, perchance, I overreach you? Here's the astrologer, ask him to teach you. The spheres of hour and house are in his ken. What are the heavenly aspects? Tell us then.
2 rogues are they.
In league they've grown, dreamer and fool.
So near the throne. The song is old,
And flatly sung. The fool he prompts.
The wise man's tongue.
Astrologer speaks. Mephistopheles prompts.
The sun himself is gold of purest ray. The herald, Mercury. Sir, for love and pay. Dame Venus has bewitched you all, for she, early and late, looks on you lovingly. Chaste Luna has her whims, no two alike. Mars threatens you, although he may not strike, and Jupiter is still the splendid star. Saturn is great, though seeming small and far. As metal, him we don't much venerate, of value slight, though heavy in his weight. Now, when of Sol and Luna unions had, silver with gold, then this is the world made glad. All else with them is easy to attain, palaces, gardens, cheeks of rosy stain. And these procures this highly learned man, who that can do which none of us ever can.
2 meanings in his words I find, and yet they don't convince my mind.
Why tell us that?
stuff stale and flat.
'Tis quackery.
'Tis chemistry.
I've heard the strain, and hoped in vain.
And though it come,
'Tis all a hum.
They stand around, amazed, unknowing. They do not trust the treasure spell. One dreams of mandrake nightly growing, The other of the dog of hell. Why then should one suspect bewitching? And why the other jest and prate? When in their feet they too shall feel the itching, When they shall walk with tottering gait. All feel a secret operation Of nature's ever-ruling might, And from the bases of creation A living track winds up to light. In every limb when something twitches, In any place uncanny, old, Decide at once and dig for riches. There lies the fiddler, there the gold.
It hangs like lead my feet about.
I've cramp i' the arm, but that is gout.
I have tickling in the greater toe. Down all my back it pains me so.
From signs like these 'tis very clear the richest treasure ground is here.
Haste then, they'll not again make off. Test now thy frothy lying graces, and show at once the golden places. My sword and sceptre I will doff, mine own imperial hands I'll lend thee. If thou liest not, therein befriend thee, but if thou liest, to hell will send thee.
I'd find in any case the pathway there, Yet I cannot enough declare What, ownerless, awaits everywhere. The farmer, following his share, Turns out a gold crock with the mould. He seeks saltpetre where the clay walls stand, And findest rolls of goldenest gold, With joyful fright, in his impoverished hand. What vaults there are to be exploded, Along what shafts and mines corroded The gold diviner's steps are goaded, Until the underworld is night? In cellars vast he sees the precious cups, Beakers, vases, plates, and dishes, Row after row resplendent lie. Rich goblets cut from rubies stand there, And, would he use them, lo! at hand there Is ancient juice of strength divine. Yet trust to him whose knowledge's gotten, The wood o' the staves has long been rotten. A cask of Tartar holds the wine? Not only gold and gems are hiding, But a proud wine's the heart abiding. In terror and in night profound, Herein assiduously explore the wise. It is a farce, by day to recognize, But mysteries are with darkness circled round.
See thou to them, what prophecy obscure? Whatever has value comes to daylight, sure. At dead of night, who can the rogue betray? Then all the cows are black, the cats are grey. If pots are down there, full of heavy gold, drive on thy plough and turn them from the mould.
Take hoe and spade thyself, I pray thee, Thou shalt be great through peasant toil. A herd of golden calves, to pay thee, Will loose their bodies from the soil, And then at once canst thou, with rapture, Gems for thyself and for thy mistress capture. Their tints and sparkles heighten the degree Of beauty as of majesty.
Then quick, at once, how long will it require?
Astrologer, prompted by Mephistopheles.
Sir, moderate such urgence of desire. Let first the gay, the motley pastime end. Not to the goal doth such distraction tend. First self-command must quiet and assure us. The upper things the lower will procure us. Who seeks for good, must first be good. Who seeks for joy, must moderate his blood. Who wine desires, let him the ripe grapes tread. Who miracles, by stronger faith be led.
Let us the time in merriment efface, And to our wish, Ash Wednesday comes apace. Meanwhile we'll surely celebrate withal More jovially the maddening carnival.
Trumpets, exeunt.
How closely linked are luck and merit, Doth never to these fools occur. Had they the philosopher's stone, I swear it, The stone would lack the philosopher.
End of Act 1, Scene 2. Act 1, Scene 3 of Faust, Part 2 by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 1, Scene 3. Spacious hall with adjoining apartments, arranged and decorated for the carnival masquerade.
Herald.
Think not, as in our German bounds, your chance is of deaths or fools or devils' dances. Here cheerful revels you await. Our ruler on his Roman expedition Hath for his profit your fruition, Crossed o'er the Alpine high partition, And won himself a gayer state. He to the holy slipper bowed him, And first the right of power besought. Then, as he went to get the crown allowed him, For us the fool's cap he has also brought. Now are we all new born to wear it, Each tactful and experienced man, Drawn cosily o'er head and ears doth bear it. A fool he seems, yet he must share it, And be thereby as sober as he can. These crowding come I see already, Close coupling or withdrawn unsteady, The choruses like youth from school. Come in or out, bring on your ranks, Before or after, 'tis the rule. With all its 100,000 pranks, The world is one enormous fool.
Garden Girls. Song accompanied with mandolins.
That we win your praise and splendor, we are decked in festal gear. At the German court of splendor, girls of Florence we appear. On our locks of chestnut glosses wear we many a flowery bell. Silken threads and silken flosses here must play their parts as well. Our desert, not overrated, seems to us assured and clear, for by art we've fabricated flowers that blossom all the year. Every sort of colored snipping, one its own symmetric right, though your wit on each be tripping, in the whole you take delight. We are fair to see and blooming, garden girls and gay of heart, for the natural way of woman is so near akin to art.
Let us see the wealth of blossoms, basket-crowning heads that bear them, garlanding your arms and bosoms, each select, and lightly wear them. Haste, and bosky arbours dressing, let a garden here enring us, worthy they of closer pressing, hucksters and the wares they bring us.
Now in cheerful places chaffer, but no marketing be ours. Briefly, clearly, let each laugher know the meaning of his flowers.
Olive branch with fruit.
Flowers' praise I do not covet, strife I shun or branch above it, foe of conflict I remain. Yet I am the marrow of nations, pledge of happy consummations, sign of peace on every plain. Be today my lucky fate, worthy head to decorate.
Wreath of ears, golden.
You to crown the gifts of Ceres, here thy kindly grace have sent. Unto use what chiefly dear is, be your fairest ornament.
Fancy wreath.
Gayest blossoms like to mallows, from the moss a marvel grew. Fashion calls to light and hollows that which nature never knew.
Fancy nosegay.
What our name is, Theophrastus would not dare to say, contrast us. Yet we hope to please you purely, if not all, yet many, surely. Such as fain we'd have possess us, braiding us in shining tresses, or a fairer fate deciding, on the heart and rest abiding.
Challenge.
Motley fancies blossom may, for the fashion of the day, whimsical and strangely moulded, such as nature ne'er unfolded. Belts of gold and stems of green in the plenteous locks be seen.
Rosebuds.
Yet we lie concealed behind, lucky who shall freshly find, when the summer time returneth, and the rosebud bursting burneth, who such blisses would surrender, promise sweet and yielding tender, they in Flora's realm control, swiftly eyes and sense and soul.
On the green leafy arcades the garden girls adorn and gracefully exhibit their wares. Gardeners. Song accompanied with theorbos.
Blossoms there that sprout in quiet, round your heads their charms are weaving, but the fruits are not deceiving, one may try the mellow diet. Sunburned faces tempt with glowing, cherries, peaches, plums your vision, by forbade the eye's decision, to the tongues and palate showing. Ripest fruit from sunniest closes, eat with taste and pleasure smitten. Poems one may write on roses, but the apple must be bitten. Then permit that we be mated with your youth so flowery fair, Thus is also decorated, neighbor-like, our riper ware. Under wreaths of flowery tether, as a leafy arbor suit, all may then be found together, buds and leaves and flower and fruit.
With alternating songs, accompanied with mandolines and theorbos, both choruses continue to set forth their wares upon steps rising aloft, and to offer them to the spectators. Mother and Daughter.
Maiden, when thou cam'st to light, tiny caps I wrought thee, body tender, soft, and white, lovely face I brought thee. As a bride I thought thee, led, to the richest, wooed and wed, as a wife I thought thee. Ah! already many a year profitless is over, none of all the wooers here now around thee hover. Though with one wast wont to dance, gav'st another nudge and glance, hast not found thy lover. I to feast and revel thee vainly took to match one. Pons and hindmost man of three would not help thee snatch one. Every fool now wears his cap. Sweetheart, open thou thy lap, still perchance mayest catch one.
Other maiden playmates, young and beautiful, join the garden girls. The sound of familiar gossip is heard. Fishers and bird catchers, with nests, fishing rods, limed twigs, and other implements, appear, and disperse themselves among the maidens. Reciprocal attempts to win, to catch, to escape, and to hold fast, give opportunity for the most agreeable dialogues. Woodcutters. Enter boisterously and boorishly.
Room! Make a clearing! Room in your revel! The trees we level that tumble cracking. Where we're appearing, look out for whacking. Our praise adjudging, make clear this fable. Save course were drudging within your borders, would fine be able to build their orders, howe'er they fretted. Be taught in season, for you'd be freezing had we not sweated.
Pulcinelli, uncouth, almost idiotic.
You fools are trooping, since birth so stooping. The wise ones we are, from burdens freer. Our caps, though sleazy, and jackets breezy to wear, are easy. It gives us pleasure to go with leisure, with slippered shuffles through market scuffles, to gape at the pother, croak at each other. Through crowded places you always trace us, eel-like gliding, skipping and hiding, storming together. Moreover, whether you praise, reprove us, it doesn't move us.
Parasites. Fawningly lustful.
Ye woodland bandsmen, and they your clansmen, the charcoal burners, to you we turn us. For all such plodding, affirmative nodding, torturous phrases, blowing both ways, is warming or chilling, just as you're feeling. What profit from it? There might fall fire, enormous dire, from heaven's summit. Were there not billets and coal in wagons to boil your skillets and warm your flagons? It roasts and frizzles, it boils and sizzles. The taster and picker, the platter licker. He sniffs the roasting, suspects the fishes, and clears with boasting his patron's dishes.
Drunken man, unconsciously.
Not today bring melancholy, since I feel so frank and free. Fresh delights and songs so jolly, and I brought them both with me. Thus I'm drinking, drinking, drinking. Clink your glasses, clinking, clinking. You behind there join the rout. Clink them stout, and then it's out. Though my wife assailed me loudly, rumpled me through thin and thick, and howe'er I staggered proudly, called me masquerading stick. Yet I'm drinking, drinking, drinking. Clink your glasses, clinking, clinking. Masking sticks, another bout. When you clink them, drink them out. Say not mine a silly boast is, I am here in clover laid. Trusts the host, not trust the hostess. She refusing, trusts the maid. Still I'm drinking, drinking, drinking. Come ye others, clinking, clinking, each to each, keep up the rout. While I'm thinking, drink them out. How and where my fun is spying, let me have it as I planned. Let me lie where I am lying, for I cannot longer stand.
Chorus.
Every chum be drinking, drinking, toast afresh with clinking, clinking. Bravely keep your seats and shout, under the table he's drunk out.
The herald announces various poets, poets of nature, courtly and knightly minstrels, sentimentalists as well as enthusiasts. In the crowd of competitors of all kinds, no one allows another to commence his declamation. One slips past with a few words.
Satirist.
Know ye what myself, the poet, would the most rejoice and cheer? If I dared to sing and utter that which no one wants to hear.
The night and churchyard poets excuse themselves, because they have just become engaged in a most interesting conversation with a newly arisen vampire, and therefrom a new school of poetry may possibly be developed. The herald is obliged to accept their excuses, and meanwhile calls forth the Grecian mythology, which, even in modern masques, loses neither its character nor its power to charm. The Graces.
Aglaia.
Life we bless with graces living, so be graceful in your giving.
Hegemony.
Graceful be in your receival, wish attained is sweet retrieval.
Euphrosyne.
And in day serene and spacious, in your thanks be chiefly gracious.
The Parquet. Atropos.
I, the eldest, to the spinning, have received the invitation. When the thread of life's beginning, there is need of meditation. Finest flax I winnow featly, that your thread be softly given. Draw it through my fingers neatly, make it thin and smooth and even. If too wanton your endeavor, grasping here of joy each token, think the thread won't stretch forever. Have a care, it might be broken.
Clotho.
Know that, given to me for wearing, lately were the shears supplied, since men were not by the bearing of our eldest edified. Useless webs she long untangled, dragging them to air and light. Dreams of fortunes, hope bespangled, clipped and buried out of sight. Also I, in ignorance idle, made mistakes in younger years. But today, myself to bridle, in their sheath I stick the shears. Thus restrained in proper measure favour I this cheerful place. You these hours of liberal pleasure use at will, and run your race.
Lachesis.
In my hands, the only skilful, was the order twisting placed. Active are my ways, not wilful, erring not through overhaste. Threads are coming, threads are reeling, in its course I each restrain. None, from off the circle wheeling, fails to lit within the skein. If I once regardless gathered, for the world my hopes were vain. Hours are counted, years are added, and the weaver takes the chain.
You would not recognize who now appear, though ne'er so learned you were in ancient writing. To look at them in evil so delighting, you'd call them worthy guests, and welcome here. They are the Furies, no one will believe us. Fair, well proportioned, friendly, young in years, but make acquaintance, and straightway appears how snake-like are such doves to wound, deceive us. Though they are spiteful, yet on this occasion, when every fool exults in all his blame, they also do not crave angelic fame, but own themselves the torments of the nation.
Alucto.
What good of that, for you will trust us still, each of us young and fair, a wheedling kitten. Hath one of you a girl with whom he's smitten, we'll rub and softly stroke his ears until 'tis safe to tell him, spite of all his loathing, that she has also this and the other flame. A blockhead he, or humpbacked, squintin' lame, and if betrothed to him, she's good for nothing. We're skilled as well the bride to vex and sever. Why, scarce a week ago, her very lover contemptuous things to her was saying of her. Though they make up, there's something rankles ever.
Megaera.
That's a mere jest. For, let them once be married, I go to work, and can, in every case, the fairest bliss by wilful whim displace. Man has his various moods, the hours are varied, and, holding the desired at once did charm him. Each for the more desired, the yearning fool believes the best fortune, use is rendered cool. He flies the sun, and seeks the frost to warm him. Of ills for all, I understand the brewing, and here as Modi, as my follower lead, to scatter mischief at a proper need, and send the human race in pairs to ruin.
Tisiphone.
Steal and poison I, not malice, mix and sharpen for the traitor. Lov'st thou others soon or later, ruin pours for thee the chalice. Through the moment's sweet libation see the gall and wormwood stealing. Here no bargaining, no dealing, like the act in retaliation. No one babble of forgiving, to the rocks I cry, revenge is echo's answer. He who changes shall be missed among the living.
Do me the favor now to stand aside, for that which comes is not to you allied. You see a mountain pressing through the throng, the flanks with brilliant housings grandly hung, a head with tusks, a snaky trunk below, a mystery, yet I the key will show. A delicate woman sits upon his neck, and with a wand persuades him to her beck. The other, throned aloft, superb to see, stands in a glory dazzling, blinding me. Beside him walk two dames in chains, one fearful and sore depressed, the other glad and cheerful. One longs for freedom, and one feels she's free. Let each declare us who she be.
Fear.
Smoky torches, lamps are gleaming through the festal's wildering train. Ah, amid these faces scheming, I am fastened by my chain. Off, ridiculously merry, I mistrust your grinning spite. Each relentless adversary presses nearer in the night. Friend would here as foe waylay me, but I know the masking shapes. Yonder's one that wished to slay me, now discovered he escapes. From the world I fain would wander, through whatever gate I find, but perdition threatens yonder, and the horror holds my mind.
Hope.
Good my sisters, I salute you, though today already suit you. Masquerading thus demurely, yet I know your purpose surely, to reveal yourselves tomorrow. And if we, by torches lighted, fail to feel a special pleasure, yet in days of cheerful leisure, at our will delight we'll borrow, or alone or disunited, free through fairest pastures ranging, rest and action interchanging, and in life no cares that fetter, not forego, but strive for better. Welcome guests are all around us, let us mingle with the rest. Surely what is best hath found us, or will somewhere find the best.
Prudence.
Two of human foes the greatest fear and hope I bind the faster, thus to save you at the latest, clear the way for me, their master. I conduct the live Colossus, turret crowned with weighty masses, and unweariedly he crosses, step by step, the steepest passes. But aloft the goddess planted, with her broad and ready pinions, turns to spy where gain is granted, everywhere in man's dominions. Round her all is bright and glorious, splendor streams on all her courses, victory is she, the victorious goddess of all active forces.
Zoilothersites.
Ho, ho, I've hit the time of day. You're altogether bad, I say. But what appeared my goal to me Is she up there, Dame Victory. She with her snowy wings spread out Thinks she's an eagle, past a doubt, And wheresoever she may stir, That land and folk belong to her. But when a famous thing is done, I straightway put my harness on, To lift the low, the high upset, The bent to straighten, bend the straight. That only gives my heart a glow, And on this earth I'll have it so.
Then take, thou beggar cur, the blow, this magic baton's stroke of skill. So twist and wriggle at thy will, I see how the double dwarfish ape Rolls to a hideous ball in shape. A marvel! 'Tis an egg we view. It puffs itself and cracks in two. A pair of twins come forth to-day, The adder and the bat are they. Forth in the dust one winds and creeps, One darkly round the ceiling sweeps. They haste to join in company. The third therein I would not be.
Murmurs.
Come, the dance is yonder gay.
No, I would I were away.
Feelest thou how the phantom race Flits about us in this place?
Something whizzes past my hair. Round my feet I saw it fare.
None of us are injured, though.
But we all are frightened so.
Wholly spoiled is now the fun,
Which the vermin wanted done.
Since as herald I am aiding At your merry masquerading, At the gate I'm watching, fearful Lest within your revels cheerful Something slips of evil savour, And I neither shrink nor waver. Yet I fear the airy spectres enter, Baffling all detectors, And from goblins that deceive you I'm unable to relieve you. First the dwarf became suspicious, Now a mightier pageant issues yonder, And it is my duty To explain those forms of beauty, But the thing I comprehend not. How can I its meaning mention? Help me to its comprehension. Through the crowd you see it wend not? Lo, a 4-horse chariot wondrous! Hither drawn, the tumult sunders, Yet the crowd seems not to share in't. Nowhere is a crush apparent. Coloured lights in distance dimmer, Motley stars around it shimmer, Magic lantern-like they glimmer. On it storms as to assault. Clear the way, I shudder.
Boy charioteer.
Halt! Steeds, restrain the eager pinions. Own the bridle's old dominion. Check yourselves as I desire you. Sweep away when I inspire you. Honor we these festal spaces. See the fast increasing faces, circles full of admiration. Herald, come, and in thy fashion, ere we take from here our glories, name us, and describe, and show us, for we're naught but allegories. Therefore 'tis thy place to know us.
No, thy name from me is hidden. Could describe thee were I bidden.
Try it.
Granted at the start. Young and beautiful thou art, A half-grown boy, and yet the woman nature Would rather see thee in completed stature. To me thou seem'st a future fickle wooer, Changing the old betrayed love for a newer.
Go on, so far 'tis very fine. Make the enigma's gay solution thine.
Black lightning of the eyes, the dark locks glowing, Yet bright with jewelled anadem, And light thy robe as flower on stem, From shoulder unto buskin flowing, With tinsel braid and purple hem. One for a maiden might surmise thee, Yet good or ill as it might be. The maids e'en now would take and prize thee, They'd teach thee soon thy ABC.
And he who like a splendid vision Is proudly on the chariot's throne.
He seems a king of mean Elysian, Blest those who may his favour own. No more has he to earn or capture, His glance detects where aught's amiss, and to bestow his perfect rapture is more than ownership and bliss.
Thou darest not at this point desist. Describe him fully, I insist.
But undescribed is dignity. The healthy full moon face I see, the ample mouth, the cheeks that fresher shine out beneath his turban's pressure. Rich comfort in the robe he's wearing. What shall I say of such a bearing? He seems as ruler known to me.
Plutus, the god of wealth, is he. He hither comes in proud attire. Much doth the emperor him desire.
Of thee the what and how declare to me.
I am profusion, I am poesy, the poet I, whose perfect crown is sent when he his own best goods hath freely spent, yet rich in mine unmeasured pelf. Like Plutus, I esteem myself. I prank and cheer his festal show, and whatsoe'er he lacks bestow.
Fresh charm to thee thy brag imparts, but let us now behold thine axial.
Just see me fillip with my fingers what brilliance round the chariot lingers, and there a string of pearls appear.
Continuing to fillip and snap his fingers in all directions.
Take golden spangles for neck and ears, combs and diadems free of flaw, and jeweled rings as ne'er ye saw. I also scatter flamelets bright, awaiting where they may ignite.
How strives the crowd with eager longing, almost upon the giver thronging. As in a dream he snaps the toys, all catch and snatch with crush and noise. But now new tricks have I detected. What each has zealously collected, his trouble doth but poorly pay. The gifts take wings and fly away. The pearls are loosened from their band, and beetles crawl within his hand. He shakes them off, and then instead, poor dolt, they hum around his head. The others find their solid things are butterflies with gaudy wings. How much the scamp to promise seems, and only gives what golden gleams.
Masks to announce, I grant thou art worthy, but 'neath the shell of being to bestir thee is not a herald's courtly task. A sharper sight for that we ask. Yet every quarrel I evade, to thee my chief be speech and question made.
Turning to Plutus.
Didst thou not unto me confide the tempest of the steeds I guide? Canst thou not on my guidance reckon? Am I not there when thou dost beckon? And have I not, on pinions boldest, conquered for thee the palm thou boldest? When in thy battles I have aided, I ever have been fortunate. Thy brow when laurels decorate, have I not them with hand and fancy braided?
If there be need that I bear witness now, I'm glad to say, soul of my soul art thou. Thine acts are always to my mind, and thou the richer art I find. Thy service to reward I hold, be green bough higher than my crowns of gold. To all a true word spoken be, dear son, I much delight in thee.
Boy charioteer to the crowd.
The greatest gift my hand flings out. See, I have scattered round about. On divers heads there glows the tongue of flames which I upon them flung. Leaps back and forth among the shapes, on this remains, from that escapes, but very seldom upward streams in transient flush of mellow beams, and unto many ere they mark, it is extinct and leaves them dark.
Chatter of women.
Upon the chariot that man is certainly a charlatan.
There perched behind, the clown is seen,
from thirst and hunger grown so lean.
As one ne'er saw him, if you'd pinch,
he hasn't flesh to feel and flinch.
The starveling.
Disgusting women, off! I know that when I come, youth has me go. When woman fed her own heart flame, then Avaritia was my name. Then drove the household fresh and green, for naught went out, and much came in. To chest and press I gave good heed, and that you'd call of vice, indeed. But since in later years the fact is, economy the wife won't practice, and, like the host of spendthrift scholars, has more desires than she has dollars. The husband much discomfort brooks, for there are debts wherever he looks. She spends what spoils she may recover upon her body or her lover. In luxury eats, and to excess drinks with the floods that round her press. For me, that raises money's price, male is my gender, avarice.
Leader of the Women.
With dragons, mean may be the dragon. It's all at best but lying stuff. He comes the men to spur and egg on, and now they're troublesome enough.
Crowd of Women.
The scarecrow, knock him from the wagon. What means the fag to threaten here, as if his ugly face we'd fear? Of wood and pasteboard is each dragon. Come on, his words shall cost him dear.
Now, by my wand, be still, let none stir, yet for my help there's scarcely need. See how each grim and grisly monster, clearing the space around with speed, unfolds his fourfold wings of dread. The dragons shake themselves in anger, with flaming throats and scaly clangor. The place is clear, the crowd has fled.
Plutus descends from the chariot.
How kingly comes he from above! He beckons, and the dragons move. Then from the chariot bring the chest with gold, and avarice thereon. See, at his feet the load they rest. A marvel 'tis how it was done.
Plutus to the charioteer.
Now thou hast left thee onerous burden here. Thou art wholly free, away to thine own sphere. Here it is not. Confused and wild, today, distorted pictures press around our way. Where clear thy gaze in sweet serenity, owning thyself, confiding but in thee. Thither where good and beauty are unfurled, to solitude, and there create thy world.
Thus as an envoy am I worthy of thee, thus as my next of kindred do I love thee. Where thou art is abundance, where I go, each sees a splendid profit round him grow. In inconsistent life each often wavers, whether to seek from thee or me the favors. Thy followers may be indolent, 'tis true. Who follows me has always work to do. My deeds are never secret and concealed, I only breathe, and I'm at once revealed. Farewell then, though the bliss hast granted me, but whisper low, and I return to thee.
Exit as he came.
'Tis time now to unchain the precious metals. The padlocks with the herald's wand I smite. The chest is opened. Look! From iron kettles it pours like golden blood before your sight. It boils and threatens to devour as fuel, melting them, crown and ring and chain and jewel.
Crowd, alternate cries.
See here and there, they boil and swim.
The chest is filling to the brim.
Vessels of gold are burning there.
And minted rolls are turning there.
And ducats jingle as they jump.
Oh, how my heart begins to thump! All my desire I see, and more.
They're rolling now along the floor.
'Tis offered you, don't be a dunce.
Stoop only, and be rich at once.
Then quick as lightning, we, the rest,
will take possession of the chest.
What ails ye, fools? What mean ye all? 'Tis but a joke of carnival. To-night be your desires controlled. Think you we'd give you goods and gold? Why, in this game there come to view too many counters even for you. A pleasant cheat, ye dolts. Forsooth, you take it once for naked truth. What's truth to you? Illusion bare surrounds and rules you everywhere. Thou Plutus mask, chief unrevealed, drive thou this people from the field.
Thy wand thereto is fit and free. Lend it a little while to me. I dip it in the fiery brew. Look out, ye maskers, all of you! It shines and snaps and sparkles throws. The burning wand already glows. Who crowdeth on too near to me is burned and scorched relentlessly. And now my circuit I'll commence.
Crowd, alternate cries.
Woe's me! We're lost.
There is no defence.
Let each one fly, if fly he can.
Back, clear the way, you hindmost man.
It sparkles fiercely in mine eyes.
The burning wand upon me lies.
We all are lost, we all are lost.
Back, back, ye maskers, jammed and tossed.
Back, senseless crowd, away from there.
Oh, had I wings, I'd take the air.
Now is the circle crowded back, and none, I think, scorched very black. The throng retires, scared by the fires, as guarantee for ordered law, a ring invisible I draw.
A noble work is thine tonight. I thank thy wisdom and thy might.
Preserve thy patience, noble friend, for many tumults yet impend.
Avarice.
Thus, if one pleases pleasantly, may one survey this circle stately. For ever foremost crowd the woman greatly, if aught to stare at, or to taste there be. Not yet entirely rusty are my senses. A woman fair is always fair to me, and since today it makes me no expenses, we'll go a-courting confidently. But in a place so populate, all words to every ear don't penetrate. So wisely I attempt and hope success, myself by pantomime distinctly to express. Hand, foot, and gesture will not quite suffice, so I employ a jocular device. Like clay will I the goat manipulate. One may transform it into any state.
What will the lean fools do? Has he so dry a starveling humour? See, he kneads the gold as it were dough. Beneath his hands 'tis soft, yet though he roll and squeeze it, for his pains disfigured still the stuff remains. He turns to the women there, and they all scream and try to get away. With gestures of disgust and loathing, the ready rascal stops at nothing. I fear he takes delight to see he has offended decency. I dare not silently endure it. Give me my wand, that I may cure it.
The danger from without he does not see. Let him alone. His fool's hour fast is waning. There'll be no space for his mad pranks remaining. Mighty is law, mightier necessity.
Tumult and song.
The savage hosts with shout and hail, from mountain height and forest vale, come irresistibly as fate, their mighty plan they celebrate. They know, forsooth, what none can guess, and in the empty circle press.
I know you well, and your illustrious Pan. Boldly together you've performed your plan. Full well I know what everyone does not, and clear for you, as duty bids, the spot. Be fortune still her favour lending, the strangest things may here be bred. They know not whitherward they're wending, because they have not looked ahead.
Savage song.
Furnished people, tinsel stuff, they're coming rude, they're coming rough. In mighty leap, in wildest race, coarse and strong they take their place.
Fawns.
Fawns, pair on pair, come dancing down, with oaken crown on crispy hair. The fine and pointed ear is seen, leaf-like, the clustering curls between. A stubby nose, face broad and flat. The women don't object to that. For when his paw holds forth the fawn, the fairest to the dance is drawn.
Satire.
See now behind the satyr skip, with foot of goat, lean leg and hip. Lean and sinewy must they be, for chamois-like on mountains he loveth to stand or scamper free. Then strong in freedom of the skies, child, wife, and man doth he despise, who deep in the valleys smoke and steam, that they live also snugly dream, whilst pure and undisturbed, alone, the upper world is all his own.
Gnomes.
The little crowd comes tripping there. They don't associate pair by pair. In mossy garb with lantern bright, they move commingling, brisk and light. each working on his separate ground, like firefly emmets swarming round, and press and gather here and there, always industrious everywhere. With the good people kin we own, as surgeons of the rocks we're known, cupping the mountains, bleeding them, from fullest veins depleting them, of store of metals which we pile, and merrily greet good cheer the while. Well meant the words, believe us then, we are the friends of all good men. Yet we the stores of gold unseal, that men may pander, pimp, and steal. Nor iron shall fail his haughty hand, who universal murder planned, and who these 3 commandments breaks, but little heed of the others takes. For that we're not responsible, we're patient, be you too as well.
Giants.
The wild men of the woods they're named, and in the hearts are known and famed. In naked nature's ancient might, they come, each one a giant white, with fir tree trunk and brawny hand, around the loins a puffy band, the merest apron of leaf and bough. Pope hath no such gods, I trow.
Nymphs in chorus. They surround the great Pan.
He comes. We scan the world's great hall, whose part doth fall to mighty Pan. Ye gayest ones, advance to him, your maddest measures dance to him. Since serious and kind is he wills that we should joyous be. Under the blue or vaulting roof, ever he seemeth slumber-proof, yet murmurs of the brooks he knows, and soft airs lull him to repose. At midday sleeping o'er his brow, the leaf is moveless on the bough. Of healthy buds the balsam there pervades the still, suspended air. The nymph no longer dares to leap, and where she stands she falls asleep. But when, all unexpected, he maketh his voice heard terribly, like rattling thunder, roar or wave, then each one seeks himself to save. The serried ranks disperse in fright, the hero trembles in the fight. Then honor to whom the honor is due, and hail to him who led us to you.
Deputation of Gnomes to the great Pan.
When the rich procession shining through the rocks in thread and vein, to the skillful wands divining, shows its labyrinthine chain. We in vaults and caverns spacious, troglodytes contented bide, while in purest daylight gracious, thou the treasures dost divide. Now we see, wilt thou believe us? Here a wondrous fountain run, promising with ease to give us what was hardly to be won. Lo, it waits for thy attaining, then be moved to break the spell. All the wealth which thou art gaining profits all the world as well.
Plutus to the Herald.
We, in the highest sense, must be collected, and let what may come through unexpected. Thy courage has not yet been counted short. The fearful thing we now shall see will try it. The world and history will both deny it. So write it faithfully in thy report.
Herald, grasping the wand which Plutus holds in his hand.
The dwarfs conduct the great Pan nigher, yet gently to the font of fire. It bubbles from the throat profound, then sinks retreating to the ground, and dark the open crater shows. And then again it boils and glows. Great Pan in cheerful mood stands by, rejoiced the wondrous things to spy. And right and left the foam pearls fly. How can he in the cheat confide? He bends and stoops to look inside. But now, behold, his beard falls in. Whose is that smoothly shaven chin? His hand conceals it from our sight. What follows is a luckless plight. The beard on fire flies back to smite his wreath and head and breast with flame. To pain is turned the merry game. They haste to quench the fire, but none the swiftly kindling flames can shun, that flash and dart on others' heads, till wide the conflagration spreads. Wrapped in the element, in turn the masking groups take fire and burn. But hark! What news is bruited here from mouth to mouth, from ear to ear? O evermore ill-fated night, that brings to us such woe and blight! To-morrow will proclaim to all what no one wishes to befall, for everywhere the cry I hear, the Emperor suffers pain severe. O were the proclamation wrong! The Emperor burns, and all his throng Accursed be they who him misled, With resinous twigs on breast and bead, To rave and bellow hither so, To general fatal overthrow. Youth, O youth, wilt never thou Limit thy draught of joy in season? Majesty, wilt never thou, Omnipotent, direct with reason? The mimic woods enkindled are, The pointed tongues lick upward far, To where the rafters interlace. A fiery doom hangs o'er the place. Our cup of misery overflows, For who shall save us no one knows. The ash heap of a night shall hide To-morrow this imperial pride.
Terror is enough created, now be help inaugurated. Smite, thou hallowed wand, and make earth beneath thee peal and quake. Thou, the spacious breath of air, cooling vapours, breathe and bear. Hear the speed, around us growing, misty films and belts overflowing, and the fiery tumult tame. Trickle, whisper, clouds be crisper, roll in masses, softly drenching, mantling everywhere and quenching. Yea, the moist, the broadly brightening, change to harmless summer lightning. All this empty sport of flame, when by spirits were molested, then be magic manifested.
End of Act 1, Scene 3. Act 1, Scene 4 of Faust Part 2 by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 1, Scene 4. Pleasure Garden. The Morning Sun. The Emperor, his court, gentlemen and ladies. Faust Mephistopheles, becomingly, according to the mode, not showingly dressed. Both kneel.
Sire, pardon'st thou the jugglery of flame?
Emperor, beckoning him to rise.
I wish more exhibitions of the same. A sudden stood I in a glowing sphere. It almost seemed as if I Pluto were. There lay, like night with little fires besprent, a rocky bottom, out of many a vent. Whirling, 1,000 savage flames ascended, till in a single vault their streamers blended. The tongues even to their highest dome were shot. That ever was, and ever then was not. Through the far space of spiral shafts of flame, the long processions of people came, crowding till all the circle was o'errun. They did me homage as they've ever done. Some from my court I knew. To speak with candour, a prince I seemed o'er many a salamander.
That art thou, sire, because each element fully accepts thy majesty's intent. Obedient fire is tested now by thee, where wildest heaving leap into the sea, and scarce the pearly floor thy foot shall tread, a grand rotunda rises o'er thy head. Thou seest the green, translucent billows swelling With purple edge, for thy delightful dwelling. Round thee the central point. Walk thou at will, the liquid palaces go with thee still. The very walls rejoice in life, disporting In arrowy flight, in chasing and consorting. See marvels crowd around the glory new and fair, Shoot from all sides, yet none can enter there. There gorgeous dragons, golden armoured, float. There gapes the shark, thou laughest in his throat. However much this court thy pride may please, Yet hast thou never seen such throngs as these. Nor from the loveliest shalt thou long be parted. The curious Nereids come, the wild, shy-hearted, To thy bright dwelling in the endless waters, Timid and sly as fish the youngest daughters, The elder cunning. Thetis hears the news, And will, at once, her second Peleus choose, The seat then on Olympus high and free.
The spaces of the air I leave to thee. One all too early must ascend that throne.
And earth, high prince, already is thine own.
What fortune brought thee here for our delights, directly from the 1,000 Nights? If thou, like Scheherazade, art rich in stories, my favour shall ensure thee higher glories. Be ready always, when your world of day, as often haps, disgusts me every way.
Lord High Steward enters hastily.
Highness serene, I never dared expect To trumpet forth a fortune so select, And this supremely blessing me, Which I announce with joy to thee. Reckoning on reckonings balanced squarely, The usurer's claws are blunted rarely. I'm from my hellish worry free, Things can't in heaven more cheerful be.
General in Chief follows hastily.
Arrears of pay are settled duly, The army is enlisted newly. The troopers' blood is all alive, The landlords and the wenches thrive.
How breathe your breasts in broader spaces, How cheerful are your furrowed faces, How ye advance with nimble speed.
Treasurer appearing.
Ask these, 'tis they have done the deed.
It is the Chancellor's place, the matter to present.
Chancellor, who comes forward slowly.
In my old days I'm blessed and most content. So hear and see the fortune-freighted leaf, Which has transformed to happiness our grief.
He reads.
To all to whom this cometh, be it known, 1,000 crowns in worth this note doth own. It to secure, as certain pledge, shall stand all buried treasure in the Emperor's land. And 'tis decreed, perfecting thus the scheme, the treasure, soon as raised, shall this redeem.
A most enormous cheat, a crime, I fear. Who forged the Emperor's sign manual here? Has there not been a punishment condign?
Remember, thou the note didst undersign. Last night, indeed, thou stoodst as mighty Pan, And thus the Chancellor's speech before thee ran. Grant to thyself the festal pleasure, then the people's good, a few strokes of the pen. These didst thou give, they were, ere night retreated, By skilful conjurers 1,000-fold repeated. And that a like advantage all might claim, We stamped at once the series with thy name. 10s, 30s, 50s, hundreds are prepared. Thou canst not think how well the folk have fared. Behold thy town, half dead once, and decaying, How all, alive, enjoying life, are straying. Although thy name long since the world made glad, Such currency as now it never had. No longer needs the alphabet thy nation, For in this sign each findeth his salvation.
And with my people does it pass for gold? For pay in court and camp, the notes they hold? Then I must yield, although the thing's amazing.
'Twas scattered everywhere, like wildfire blazing, As currency, and none its course may stop. A crowd surrounds each money-changer's shop, And every note is there accepted duly For gold and silver's worth, with discount truly. Thence is it spread to landlords, butchers, bakers. One half the people feast as pleasure-takers. In raiment new the others proudly go. The tradesmen cut their cloth, the tailors sew. The crowd the Emperor's health in cellars wishes, Midst cooking, roasting, rattling of the dishes.
If one along the lonely terrace stray, He sees the lady in superb array, With brilliant peacock fan before one eye, A note she looks for as she simpers by. And readier than by wit or eloquence, Before love's favour falls the last defence. One is not plagued his purse or sack to carry, Such notes one lightly in his bosom bears, Or them with fond epistles neatly pairs. The priest devoutly in his breviary bears his, The soldier would more freely trip, And lightens thus the girdle round his hip. Your Majesty will pardon if my carriage Seems as it might the lofty work disparage.
The overplus of wealth in torpor bound, which in thy lands lies buried in the ground, is all unused, nor boldest thought can measure the narrowest boundaries of such a treasure. Imagination, in its highest flight, exerts itself but cannot grasp it quite. Yet minds that dare explore this secret soundless, in boundless things possess a faith that's boundless.
Such paper, stead of gold and jewellery, so handy is. One knows one's property. One has no need of bargains or exchanges, But drinks of love or wine as fancy ranges. If one needs coin, the brokers ready stand, And if it fail one digs awhile the land. Goblet and chain one then at auction sells, And paper, liquidated thus, compels The shame of doubters and their scornful wit. The people wish nought else, they're used to it. From this time forth your borders far and wide With jewels, gold, and paper are supplied.
You've given our empire this prosperity. The pay then equal to the service be. The soil entrusted to your keeping, shall you the best custodians be, to guard its value. You know the hoards, well kept, of all the land, and when men dig, 'tis you that must give command. Unite then now, ye masters of our treasure, this your new dignity to wear with pleasure, and bring the upper world, erewhile asunder, in happiest conjunction with the under.
No further strife shall shake our joint position. I like to have as partner the magician.
Exit with Faust.
Man after man, the court I will endow. Let each confess for what he'll spend and how.
Page receiving.
I'll lead a jolly life, enjoy good cheer.
A second page, the same.
I'll buy at once some trinkets for my dear.
Chamberlain accepting.
Wine's twice as good shall down my throat go trickling.
A second Chamberlain, the same.
I feel the dice within my pockets tickling.
Knight Banneret reflectively.
My lands and castle shall be free of debt.
Second Knight Banneret, the same.
I'll add the 2 other wells, the wells I get.
I'd hoped the gifts to bolder deeds would beckon, but he who knows you, knows whereupon to reckon. I see that in spite of all this treasure burst, you stay exactly as you were at first.
Fool approaching.
You scatter favours. Grant me also some.
Thou'rt come to life, it would go at once for rum.
The magic leaves I don't quite comprehend.
That I believe, for them thou wilt badly spend.
There others drop, I don't know what to do.
Just pick them up, they fall to thy share too.
Exit.
5,000 crowns are mine, how unexpected!
2-legged wineskin, art thou resurrected?
Much luck I've had, but like this never yet.
Thou'lt so rejoiced it puts thee in a sweat.
But look at this, is't money's worth indeed?
'Twill bring thee what thy throat and belly need.
And cattle can I buy, and house and land.
Of course. Just make an offer once, off-hand.
Castle and wood, and chase and fishing?
All. I'd like upon your worship then to call.
To-night as landed owner I shall sit.
Exit. Mephistopheles, solus.
Who now will doubt that this our fool has wit?
End of Act 1, Scene 4. Act 1, Scene 5 of Faust Part 2 by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 1, Scene 5. A gloomy gallery. Faust, Mephistopheles.
What wilt thou with me in this gloomy gallery? Is there not still enough of sport there in the crowded motley court? Not chance for tricks and fun and raillery?
Don't tell me that. In our old days the fun of it didst thou wear out, and I'll have none of it. Thy wandering here and there is planned, just to evade what I demand. But I'm tormented something to obtain. The marshal drives me, and the chamberlain. The emperor orders he will instantly Helen and Paris here before him see. The model forms of man and woman wearing, distinctly shown, their ancient shape and bearings. Now to the work, I dare not break my word.
So thoughtlessly to promise was absurd.
Thou hast not, comrade, well reflected what comes of, having used thy powers. We've made him rich, 'tis now expected that we amuse his idle hours.
Thou deem'st the thing is quickly fixed. Here before steepleways we're standing. With stranger spheres wouldst thou be mixed, and sinful, addest new debts to the old. Think'st Helen will respond to thy commanding as freely as the paper ghosts of gold? With witches' riches, and with spectre pictures, and changeling dwarfs, I'll give no cause for strictures. But devils' darlings, though you may not scold 'em, you cannot quite as heroines behold 'em.
The old hand organ still I hear thee play. From thee one always gets uncertain sense. The father, thou, of all impediments, for every means thou askest added pay. A little muttering, and the thing takes place. Ere one can turn, beside us, here her shade is.
I've no concern with the old heathen race. They house within their special Hades. Yet there's a way.
Speak, nor delay thy history.
Unwilling, I reveal a loftier mystery. In solitude are throned the goddesses. No space around them, place and time still less. Only to speak of them embarrasses. They are the mothers.
Faust, terrified.
Mothers?
Hast thou dread?
The mothers! Mothers! A strange word is said.
It is so. Goddesses, unknown to ye, the mortals, named by us unwillingly. Delve in the deepest depths must thou to reach them. 'Tis thine own fault that we for help beseech them.
Where is the way?
No way. To the unreachable, ne'er to be trodden. A way to the unbeseechable, never to be besought. Art thou prepared? There are no locks, no latches to be lifted. Through endless solitudes shalt thou be drifted. Hast thou through solitudes and deserts fared?
I think 'twere best to spare such speeches. They smell too strongly of the witches, of cheats that long ago ensnared. Have I not known all earthly vanities, learned the inane and taught inanities? When as I felt I spake with sense as guide, the contradiction doubly shrill replied. Enforced by odious tricks have I not fled to solitudes and wilderness dread, and that I might not live alone unheeded, myself at last unto the devil deeded.
And hadst thou swum to farthest verge of ocean, and there the boundless space beheld, still hadst thou seen wave after wave in motion, even though impending doom they fear compelled. Thou hadst seen something. In the beryl dim of peace-lulled seas the sport of dolphins swim, hadst seen the flying clouds, sun, moon, and star. Nought shalt thou see in endless void afar. Not hear thy footstep fall, nor meet a stable spot to rest thy feet.
Thou speak'st as of all mystagogues the chief, who e'er brought faithful neophytes to grief. Only reversed, I to the void am sent, that art and power therein I may augment. To use me like the cat is thy desire, to scratch for thee the chestnuts from the fire. Come on then, well explore, whatever befall, in this Thy nothing may I find my all.
I'll praise thee ere we separate. I see thou knowest the devil thoroughly. Here, take this key.
That little thing?
Take hold of it, not undervaluing.
It glows, it shines, increases in my hand.
How much 'tis worth thou shalt soon understand. The key will scent the true place from all others. Follow it down, 'twill lead thee to the mothers.
Faust, shuddering.
The mothers! Like a blow it strikes me still. What is the word, to hear which makes me chill?
Art thou so weak, disturbed by each new word? Wilt only hear what thou'st already heard? To wondrous things art thou so used already? Let naught, howe'er it sound, make thee unsteady.
Nathless in torpor lies no good for me. The chill of dread is man's best quality. Though from the feeling oft the world may fend us, deeply we feel, once smitten, the tremendous.
Descend then. I would also say, ascend, 'twere all the same. Escape from the created to shapeless forms in liberated spaces. Enjoy what long ere this was dissipated. There whirls the press, like clouds on clouds unfolding. Then with stretched arm swing high the key thou'rt holding.
Faust, inspired.
Good! Grasping firmly, fresher strength I win. My breast expands. Let the great work begin.
At last a blazing tripod tells thee this, that there the utterly deepest bottom is. Its light to thee will then the mothers show. Some in their seats, the others stand or go, at their own will. Formation, transformation, the eternal mind's eternal recreation, forms of all creatures, there are floating free. They'll see thee not, for only wraiths they see. So pluck up heart, the danger then is great. Go to the tripod ere thou hesitate, and touch it with the key.
Faust, with the key, assumes a decidedly commanding attitude, Mephistopheles observing him.
So that is right. It will adhere and follow thee to light. Composedly mounting, by thy luck upborne, before they notice it shalt thou return, when thou the tripod hither hast conveyed. Then call the hero, heroine from the shade, the first that ever such a deed perfected. 'Tis done, and thou thereto hast been selected. For instantly, by magic process warmed, to gods the incense mist must be transformed.
What further now?
Downward thy being strain, stamp, and descend, stamping thou'lt rise again.
Faust stamps and sinks out of sight.
If only by the key he something learn, I'm curious to see if he return.
End of Act 1, Scene 5. Act 1, Scene 6 of Faust Part 2 by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 1, Scene 6. Brilliantly lighted halls. Emperor and Princess. The court in movement. Chamberlain to Mephistopheles.
The spirit scene you've promised, still you owe us. Our lord's impatient, come, the phantasm show us.
Lord High Steward.
Just now his gracious self did question me. Delay not, nor offend his majesty.
My comrade's gone to set the work in motion. How to begin he has the proper notion. In secret he the charms must cull, must labour with a fervour tragic. Who would that treasure lift, the beautiful, requires the highest art, the sage's magic.
What arts you need is all the same to me. The emperor wills that you should ready be.
A blonde to Mephistopheles.
One word, sir. Here you see a visage fair. In sorry summer I another wear. There sprout 100 brown and reddish freckles, and vex my lily skin with ugly speckles. A cure.
'Tis pity, shining fair, yet smitten, spotted when May comes like a panther kitten. Take frog spawn, tongues of toads, which cohobate, under the full moon deftly distillate, and when it wanes apply the mixture. Next spring the spots will be no more a fixture.
A brunette.
To sponge upon you, what a crowd's advancing! I beg a remedy. A frozen foot annoys me much, in walking as in dancing, and awkwardly I manage to salute.
A gentle kick permit then from my foot.
Well, that might happen, when the two are lovers.
My kick a more important meaning covers. Similia similibus, when one is sick, the foot cures foot, each limb its hurt can palliate. Come near, take heed, and pray you don't retaliate.
The brunette, screaming.
Oh, it stings! That was a fearful kick, like hoof of horse.
But it has cured you, quick! To dance where'er you please, you now are able to press your lover's foot beneath the table.
Lady, pressing forwards.
Make room for me, too great is my affliction, my tortures worse than those described in fiction. His bliss till yesterday was in my glances, but how he turns his back and spins with her romances.
The matter's grave, but listen unto me. Draw near to him with gentle soft advances, then take this coal and mark him stealthily on mantle, shoulder, sleeve. Though ne'er so slight, yet penitent at once his heart will be. The coal thereafter you must straightway swallow, and let no sip of wine or water follow. He'll sigh before your door this very night.
It is not poison, sure?
Mephistopheles, offended.
Respect where it is due. To get such coals you'd travel many a mile. There from the embers of a funeral pile, the fires whereof we once more hotly blew.
Page.
I love, yet still am counted adolescent.
Mephistopheles, aside.
I know not whom to listen to at present.
To the page.
Let not the younger girls thy fancies fetter, those well in years know how to prize thee better.
Others crowd around him.
Already others? 'Tis a trial, sooth. I'll help myself at last, with naked truth, the worst device. So great my misery. Mothers, mothers, let but Faust go free.
Gazing around him.
The lights are burning dimly in the hall. The court is moving onward, one and all. I see them march, according to degrees, through long arcades and distant galleries. Now they assemble in the ample space of the knight's hall, yet hardly all find place. The breadth of walls is hung with arras rich, and armour gleams from every nook and niche. Here, I should think, there needs no magic word. The ghost will come, and of their own accord.
End of Act 1, Scene 6. Act 1, Scene 7 of Faust Part 2 by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Translated by Bayard Taylor. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 1, Scene 7. Hall of the Knights, dimly lighted. The Emperor and Court have entered.
Mine ancient office to proclaim the action is by the spirit's secret influence thwarted. One tries in vain. Such wildering distraction can't be explained or reasonably reported. The chairs are ranged, the seats are ready all. The emperor sits, fronting the lofty wall, where on the tapestry the battles he of the great era may with comfort see. Here now are all, prince, court, and their belonging, benches on benches in the background thronging, and lovers too in these dim hours enchanted, beside their loved ones lovingly are planted. And now, since all have found convenient places, we're ready. Let the spirits show their faces.
Trumpets.
Astrologer.
Begin the drama. 'Tis the sire's command. Ye walls, be severed straightway, and expand. Naught hinders? Magic answers our desire. The arras flies are shrivelled up by fire. The walls are split, unfolded. In the gloom, a theatre appears to be created. By mystic light are we illuminated, and I ascend to the proscenium.
Mephistopheles, rising to view in the prompter's box.
I hope to win as prompter general glory, for prompting is the devil's oratory.
To the astrologer.
Thou know'st the tune and time the stars that lead, thou wilt my whispers like a master heed.
By power miraculous, we here behold a massive temple of the days of old. Like Atlas, who erewhile the heavens upbore, the serried columns stand, an ample store. Well may they for the weight of stone suffice, since two might bear a mighty edifice.
Architect.
That the antique? As fine it can't be rated. I'd sooner style it awkward, overweighted. Chorus is called noble and unwieldy grand. Give me the slender shafts that soar expand. To lift the mind, a pointed arch may boast. Such architecture edifies us most.
Receive with reverence the star-granted hours. Let magic words bind reason's restless powers, but in return unbind, to circle free, the wings of splendid, daring fantasy. What you boldly wished, see now achieved. Impossible 'tis, therefore to be believed.
Faust rises to view on the other side of proscenium.
In priestly surplice, crowned, a marvellous man, he now fulfills what he in faith began. With him a tripod from the gulf comes up. I send the incense orders from the cup. He arms himself, the work to consecrate, and henceforth it can be but fortunate.
Faust sublimely.
Ye mothers, in your name, who set your throne in boundless space eternally alone, and yet companioned, all the forms of being, in movement lifeless ye are round you seeing. Whate'er once was, there burns and brightens free, in splendour, for 'twould fain eternal be, and ye allot it, with all-potent might, to day's pavilions and the vaults of night. Life seizes some along his gracious course, others arrests the bold magician's force, and he, bestowing as his faith inspires, displays the marvellous that each desires.
The glowing key has scarcely touched the cup, and lo, through all the space a mist rolls up. It creeps about, and like a cloudy train, spreads, rounding, narrowing, parting, closed again. And now, behold a spirit masterpiece. Music is born from every wandering fleece. The tones of air, I know not how they flow, wherever they move all things melodies grow. The pillared shaft, the triglyph even rings, I think, indeed, the whole bright temple sings. The vapours settle as the light film clears. The beauteous youth, with rhythmic step, appears. Here ends my task. His name I need not tell. Who doth not know the gentle Paris well?
Lady.
Oh, what a youthful bloom and strength I see!
A second lady.
Fresh as a peach, and full of juice is he.
A third lady.
The finely drawn, the sweetly swelling lip.
A fourth lady.
From such a cup no doubt you'd like to sip.
A fifth lady.
He's handsome, if a little unrefined.
A sixth lady.
He might be somewhat gracefuller, to my mind.
Knight.
The shepherd I detect. I find him wearing no traces of the prince or courtly bearing.
Knight 2.
Oh, yes, half naked is the youth, not bad. But let us see him first in armour clad.
He seats himself with such a gentle grace.
You'd find his lap, perchance, a pleasant place.
He lifts his arm so lightly over his head.
Chamberlain.
'Tis not allowed. How thoroughly ill-bred.
Your lord find fault with all things evermore.
To stretch and yawn before the emperor?
He only acts. He think he's quite alone.
Even the play should be politely shown.
Now sleep falls on the graceful youth so sweetly.
Now will he snore. 'Tis natural, completely.
Young lady.
Mixed with the incense steam, what odour precious steals to my bosom and my heart refreshes.
Older lady.
Forsooth, it penetrates and warms the feeling. It comes from him.
Oldest lady.
His flower of youth unsealing. It is youth's fine ambrosia ripe, unfading, the atmosphere around his form pervading.
Helena comes forward.
So that is she? My sleep she would not waste. She's pretty, truly, but she's not my taste.
There is nothing more for me to do, I trow. As man of honour, I confess it now. The beauty comes, and add I tongues of fire. So many songs did beauty ever inspire. Who sees her, of his wits is dispossessed, and who possessed her was too highly blessed.
Have I still eyes? Deep in my being springs the fount of beauty, in a torrent pouring. Heavenly gain my path of terror brings. The world was void and shut to my exploring. And, since my priesthood, how hath it been graced! Enduring 'tis, desirable, firm based. And let my breath of being blow to waste, if I for thee unlearn my sacred duty. The form that long erewhile my fancy captured, that from the magic mirror so enraptured, was but a frothy phantom of such beauty. 'Tis thou, to whom the stir of all my forces, the essence of my passions courses, love, fancy, worship, madness, here I render.
Mephistopheles from the box.
Be calm. You'll lose your rôle to be so tender.
Tall and well formed, too small the head alone.
Just see her foot. A heavier never was shown.
Diplomatist.
Princess of her style I've often seen. From head to foot she's beautiful, I ween.
Courtier.
She near the sleeper steals, so soft and sly.
How ugly ne'er that youthful purity!
Poet.
Her beauty's light is on him like a dawn.
Endymion and Luna, as they're drawn.
Quite right. The yielding goddess seems to sink, and o'er him bend, his balmy breath to drink. Enviable fate! A kiss! The cup is full.
Duenna.
Before all people, that is more than cool.
A fearful favour to the boy.
Be still. Suffer the shade to do whatever it will.
She slips away light-footed. He awakes.
Just as I thought. Another look she takes.
He stares. What haps to him a marvel is.
But none to her what she before her sees.
She turns around to him with dignity.
I see, she means to put him through his paces. All men in such a case act stupidly. Then too he thinks that first he's won her graces.
Majestically fine. She pleases me.
The courtesan! How very vulgar she!
Just where he is where I'd like to be.
Who would not fain be caught in such sweet meshes?
Through many a hand hath passed that jewel precious. The gilding, too, is for the most part gone.
She has been worthless from her 10th year on.
Each takes the best that chance for him obtains. I'd be contented with these fair remains.
A learned man.
I freely doubt, though I distinctly see, 'tis doubtful if the genuine one she be. The present leads us to exaggeration, and I hold fast the written old relation. I read that, truly, ere her bloom was blighted, the Trojan greybeards greatly she delighted. And here, methinks, it tallies perfectly. I am not young, yet she delighteth me.
No more a boy, a bold, heroic form. He clasps her, who can scarce resist the storm. With arm grown strong he lifts her high and free. Means he to bear her off?
Rash fool, let be! Thou darst? Thou hurst not? Hold! I'll be obeyed.
The spectral drama thou thyself hast made.
A word more. After all we have seen today, I call the piece the rape of Helena.
What? Rape? Am I for nothing here? To stead me, is not this key still shining in my hand? Through realms of terror, wastes and waves it led me, through solitudes to where I firmly stand. Here foothold is, reality's here centre. The strife with spirits here the mind may venture, and on its grand its double lordship enter. How far she was, and nearer how divine! I'll rescue her and make her doubly mine. Ye mothers, mothers, crown this wild endeavour. Who knows her once must hold her, and for ever.
What art thou doing, Faust? Oh, look at him! He seizes her, the form is growing dim. He turns the key against the youth, and, lo, it touches him. Woe's me! Away now, woe on woe!
Explosion. Faust lies upon the earth. The spirits dissolve in vapor. Mephistopheles, taking Faust upon his shoulders.
You have it now. Oneself with fools to hamper, at last even on the devil puts a damper.
Darkness. Tumult. End of Act 1, Scene 7.